Toei, why? Why? Why would you do this to us, Toei Animation? Ugh, the preview for Dragon Ball Super, episode 71. Now, I know there's going to be a lot of people that are going to say, well, we have the Dragon Balls and we can... It's not the point. Because based off that preview at the very least, I know I'm going to feel them feels, bro. Goten crying, Gohan, fucking Piccolo shocked as fuck. Wow, let's talk about Dragon Ball Super episode 71's preview, because this is about to be yet again another lit and very, very hype arc, and it looks like it might not even have that much Goku in it, which, shocker right there, I'm not gonna lie. So with the preview, we got Goku narrating it, and he said, guys, it looks like this time I'm gonna die, and I'm like, yo! Honestly, for starters, one of the things, this is going to be my big theory for this upcoming Goku's assassination, Goku's death. I'm going to bet right now that Goku is not going to be completely dead. It's going to be similar to the whole death of Superman thing where his heart was just barely faint. That's what I'm going to bet on. I'm going to bet on Hit actually didn't completely kill him, either due to the respect he has, due to the nature of it. Maybe he didn't want Goku to go out that way, something along the lines of that. Or Hit just fucked up in general. Maybe his, mind was clouded at the fact that he has some respect for Goku, that he wasn't able to do it, and even unbeknownst to him, Goku will still survive. I'm going to throw that bet out there. Either way, I don't think Goku's truly going to be dead to the point that they're even going to need the Dragon Balls. I think he's going to be incapacitated, and it's going to move on like that. However, you got to note one thing, is that let's just say, okay, he is incapacitated. Normally, because they do have that connection with King Kai, they can, King Kai can talk to them, or Goku, if he's in the other world, could talk to them. They would probably be sitting around thinking like, hey, we need to speak to King Kai to see if we could, talk to Goku, or Goku, why hasn't he said anything to us from the other world? So that's going to be something that's going to be thrown in there as well. You got to think is that they're going to be questioning the death of Goku truly. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, again, from the preview, Goten crying, the feels are coming in, and I hope that this could be great moments leading with this arc for Goten and Gohan, especially Gohan, because we have some high hopes for this motherfucker for this upcoming arc. Likewise with Goten, because with the death of their father, you gotta assume that they're gonna be motivated. They're gonna be driven by a little bit of rage, just a wee bit rage. I mean, your father, your loving father that protected the fucking universe and the world so many times, done. Gonzo. Yeah, I think this could be great motivation for them, great motivation for Vegeta, and ultimately, I think one of the benefits of this, which I ain't gonna lie, is gonna be heart-wrenching. I don't give a fuck that he could come back, and I don't give a fuck that he's died before. This is Son Goku. To see him die, especially if it's in a horrible way or something, like Hit ultimately just knocks him the fuck out without him being able to do shit, it's gonna be a big one. It's gonna be a sad one at that. Yeah. Now, throughout the preview, you also see that there's some sort of mob boss. So I'm kind of curious if this mob boss was the one that sent out the hit, or he sent out the hit on behalf of even someone else. Maybe it was somebody that told him to do it, and Hit actually did it. Because if you do note, in the baseball episode, granted, obviously Frost, he has his differences with Champa and them, so he's probably not going to do shit with them anymore. But Frost wasn't, as well as, of course, Hit, in the latest episode of Dragon Ball Super, episode 70, the baseball episode. So it could be that Frost is behind this. Maybe that's why they don't want to show him or anything. I think that he was mentioned, if I'm not mistaken, that they needed replacements or whatever. But there's a possibility that Frost could be there. But we do see that new mob boss. And, I mean, unless Goku has had some sort of encounter with him in space at some given point that was never mentioned, it would kind of seem a little out there for some random mob boss to say, yes, I want this guy dead. Like, it wouldn't make much sense, because what would be his reason? What would be his motive to put out a hit on Goku to begin with? Unless he was on GodTube as well. He was fucking there like eating some chips and nachos with Gowas watching GodTube. Like, why else would he want to put out a hit on Goku if he doesn't even know the motherfucker? Another thing to note with this episode is the fact that Goku talks about not being able to sense the ki of whoever's coming after him. You would think he'll be able to sense the ki of Hit, unless two things. Hit has some totally other different ki, or he's potentially hiding it. I guess three things. He's potentially hiding it, or there's something totally different with Hit in general. Maybe it's not even completely Hit. Maybe it's an assassin from Universe 7 itself. Maybe it's the Universe 7 version of Hit that's doing it, and there's something different about him, unless like he has some sort of, again, God ki or whatever. Like, why else wouldn't he be able to sense the ki of somebody that he had an incredible battle with? Up until that point, besides Beerus, who else has given Goku that type of challenge that he wouldn't be able to remember what Hit's ki felt like? So you would think immediately, like, wait, why wouldn't he be able to sense that shit? That's another thing that's going to make me question what's going on there. Again, it could be that Hit is so good at his job, because remember, he's an assassin at the end of the day. That's his job or whatever. And if you're going to be stealth, because that's what an assassin needs to do, similar to like a ninja, you got to be stealth about it. You're going to be able to hide your ki. So that's a possibility as well why Goku can't sense him, because part of his job description is, hey, you need to be able to, hide in the shadows and shit. And that's why Goku can't sense him. The scenes with Hit and the rain and shit like that, the darkness, like this arc, once again, it looks as though we're going into the same tone as the Goku Black stuff, but even the setting of it is dark, because it looks like this whole fight is going to go down in the nighttime. Now I'm kind of curious, are we even going to see the fight, or are we going to see Hit show up in front of Goku, and next thing you know, the Z Warriors show up and Goku's there dead on the floor? So I'm kind of curious how the death is going to be. Like, honestly, just hearing the title of the episode, the title alone is like, I don't know, honestly, I'm just right now reacting right now. It's hard to analyze this shit, because I don't give a fuck. This is one of my all-time favorite characters. He was my childhood hero, and to see it going down this way is like, assuming they are going to retcon, because you don't know if they're going to retcon it or not, but who knows, if they decide to retcon the end of Z, this could last all the way through till the end. Like, you never know what they're going to do as far as like the ending of Z. They could just say fuck the ending of Z and totally change everything that happened up until that point. So there's possibilities there as well. The likelihood, more than likely, again, I'm going with my theory, Goku is not completely dead. We're going to see something where his heart is just barely faint. Or, I mean, again, of course, there's many possibilities of Super Dragon Balls. If they wait a bit, they get the Namekian Dragon Balls. I don't think the Earth Dragon Balls can bring him back anymore, because he's been wished back too many times. So that's the only set of Dragon Balls I do believe Goku can't be revived with. And another thing to dispel the rumors, as I did in that video, yeah, the whole giant Hit thing that everybody was like, oh my god, is Hit a giant? What the fuck? Like, it was a hologram. He was looking at his next assassination, and he was looking at the hologram on his hand, and it was Goku. So thankfully, we can 100% shred away, which I thought it was, to be honest with you, ridiculous. Like, giant Hit, really? Or Goku shrunken down by Hit's powers or some shit like that. I'm glad that this preview pretty much showcases it completely. There's no doubts anymore. That's just a freaking hologram. We can move on from that, because I know people are going to be like, oh, like, no, that's done. Okay. But I'm curious what you guys think based off this preview. First of all, do you truly think Goku's dead? Do you think that the title, The Death of Goku, the guaranteed assassination mission, is going to be legit? Is Goku really going to die? Do you think that he's going to actually die, but then they'll wish him back later on? Also, do you think he could potentially still be alive and his heartbeat is just faint? Like, it's a very small heartbeat, and then eventually he's going to come back? Also, do you think if they do play up this whole Goku's death thing, there's a possibility, hey, the benefit of it, we can get more Gohan, we could get more Goten, we could get more Gotenks, we could get some training on that aspect, we could get more Vegeta, we could get other characters other than Goku getting the spotlight for this upcoming arc if you knock out Goku in the beginning. Like, I think looking at it from this perspective, it's a very classic thing that has been done in many different forms of literature. Is like, it's starting off building the threat really great, because you always look at it like, okay, I remember they did this, and I mentioned this before, they did this in like the Superman stuff and Justice League or whatever. If you can knock out Superman, then you're a great threat. And that's what they're doing with this upcoming arc. Like, holy shit, if it's Hit or whoever, if they knocked out Goku, then we're in trouble. And I think that's where they're starting this arc off, and it's going to be insane. And I'm kind of curious, overall thoughts. Are you going to feel them feels, or because, it's Dragon Ball and they have the Dragon Balls, he could come back, you're not really into it? Personally, I'm still very much so invested in this, and I cannot absolutely wait for episode 71 of Dragon Ball Super. This is going to be insane, and we're going into the holidays, Toei. Why? Like, why? Episode 72 is going to be on Christmas fucking Eve, and you're going to... This is gonna be fucking insane. And your overall thoughts of this? Any predictions? Who do you think that mob boss is? Does he have any connection to Goku? Maybe they bumped into each other in space? Do you think he's doing it on behalf of somebody else? Could it be that's the reason why Frost also wasn't introduced into the baseball episode, because he's behind all this shit? And your overall thoughts about all this? Why is Goku not able to sense Hit's ki? Is it his technique? Like, what's going on here? But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more. And the video ends. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. Please, Toei Animation, please, don't do it. Don't fucking do it.